the distractions that you have off the field, how are you able to keep focused on winning football games as you do and do throughout the year? When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.
Marketing come up with that for him. Those were his phrases that he came up with, that he believed in.
Just win. Play hard. Try not to make mistakes. But don't worry about mistakes, because there's only one thing that counts. Just win. Just win.
Yo, welcome to another 2-for-1 Nation podcast, man. I'm one of your hosts, the Raiders Talk. And to my, got it right, to my left over here, you guys is right, my boy, Raider Twuan in the building. What's good, Twuan?
Hey, what's good? Y'all know what it is. Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat. Blessings to everybody in the chat. 2-for-1 Nation podcast. Two brothers for one nation. And we know it's the Raider Nation. Let's go, baby.
Yep. And I'm feeling good, man. Hopefully everybody's week has been pretty well. I know last week it was a good one.
Hey, you better be feeling good.
We feeling good. I ain't gonna lie, me and Twuan came up with we got a lot of things right last week. We got a lot of things right, and we'll talk about it, man. But first, let me shout out everybody that's in here so far, man. If you guys can, hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. We're simulcasting on both channels, Raider Twuan and the SC Raiders Talk. In the description is both our Instagram and our YouTube, I believe. All the way if you scroll all the way down. And shout out to Robert Penna in the building. Was good. Life of the Nation, Dirty in the building. Salute. Salute to Raider Resistance. Prez was good. Happy holidays to you too. Happy holidays to everybody, man. I couldn't find my Raider Christmas hat. I'm mad. I'm gonna try to find it before Christmas. But shout out to everybody, man. Happy holidays, no matter what you celebrate. Happy holidays to everybody, man. Robert Penny again. What's good? Double R. You already know. Shout out to everybody, man. SoCal Sal. Salute. Good to see you, Auntie Six in the building. What's good, Auntie? My 2 cents in the building. Salute. Happy holidays, Raider Nation. You already know what it is, man. Wild Turkey up in the building. What's good? He said, "Nah, I feeling good." As he doesn't want to work with me. You haven't hit me up. Shout out to everybody though, man. Wild Turkey in the building. Salute. And also make sure, like I said, hit that like button, man. Help the algorithm out. Shout out to everybody, man. For the I don't know if you guys seen it. I went with the new YouTube short out there, man. A new little template. If you guys haven't checked it out, go check it out, man. It's on my YouTube shorts side. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing little mini videos like that for you guys, man, when I'm not doing no lives or anything. And it's a little bit keys to the game. It's a little preview of what you're gonna see today in this show. So shout out to everybody, man. Let's get straight into it, man. First, let me ask Twuan, how you feeling overall in general, as far as everywhere from last week to now, man?
You know what? I usually use this for my other team, but I'm gonna use a new word today.
Okay.
I'm feeling lovely. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling very lovely right now. I love the energy of the team. I love what we got cooking. There's some decisions. Just overall, there's some decisions that we definitely gotta, to make. And we're all thinking about it and pondering on those things. And if we make those right moves, man, we could be something vicious, Yeah. And I think last week was a glimpse of what the team could possibly be when all 3 phases are contributing. I think this was, a lot of the wins that we've had was one side of the ball doing its job. And, sometimes that will let you win games. But, the more stable teams have 2, 3 phases of the game going full throttle. And we were able to see that on Thursday night, definitely.
Facts. And let me shout out a couple of people before I get into it in general about last week. Shout out to Cool Kev in the building. What's good, Cool Kev? All eyes on G in the building. Kevin Lurker. Salute, salute, salute. Good to see you guys, man. What it do? What it do? Shout out to Mike that says Christmas and Casey will be righteous. Should Raiders show up and show out? Hey, I will say one thing: either our Christmas gets ruined or it gets made. But I mean, regardless of it, man, for me, I'm not gonna let that game affect me in any way. But hey, I want to win. I want to win. This team's capable of winning. They showed it last week. And people could say what they want to say about the Chargers. They're in shambles, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, for a team to put up 63 points on an NFL team in general is unheard of. Just like the Miami Dolphins put up 70. It's something that you got to talk about. Feels like a 24 to maybe 17 win. Oh, okay, you know what? I'll give it to you. But 63 points, it has never happened in Raiders history. And this goes back to before we were all born, most of us. So it's something to talk about. It's something to a positive to take forward at the end of the day. And overall, the Charger game was something that caught me off guard. I did not think it would be the way it was. I didn't think 68 points um would have been put on this team, but it showed that these guys played for Antonio Pierce. I mean, it's something that I think Antonio Pierce, and in my opinion, I know some people are kind of like backtracking, kind of saying Harbaugh's the better option or somebody else. For me personally, I think Antonio Pierce is the number one leader right now in my book. I think he's number one for me just because, yes, he may not, he's still figuring out the way to be a head coach, time management, obvious. And with time, he's going to understand that. But also, I like his demeanor. He knows what it is to be a fan, to be a player, and to want to rock the shield. And that's why, to me, Antonio Pierce proved it last week that, hey, we're capable of doing this destruction to bad teams. We'll come out here against the Kansas City Chiefs and not do the same, but at least put up the effort and show you guys that we could keep up with the big dogs. And that's what he was saying all week in the press conferences. I loved what I heard. He said, hey, if we're up by 20, I'm going to still keep putting up points. I don't care. I don't care what the score is. And I like that mentality. And this team is capable of it. So against the Chargers, I love what I see. At the end of the day, it was a division rival. No division game is easy at the end of the day, regardless of what they got. And what this team did with all them injuries, with that Andre James and Colton Miller, which, by the way, I know Twan's probably going to be a little bit mad because it looks like he might be starting this upcoming week. He's back at practice. Him and Colton Miller are both back at practice, and we'll look at the injury report. But shout out to Vic Sacramento. Shout out to Raider Way in the building. Good to see you guys, man. Hope all is well. Robert Pena back in the building. Good to see everybody, man. Kevin Lurk, I'm not sure if it's saluted you. Salute, D Menace. Good to see everybody in here, man. But Twan, talk to me a little bit more about this game, man, and how you think the 63 points happened, man. Like, what went right?
It goes to what I was saying about all 3 phases of the game actually bringing something to the table. You know what I'm saying? You know, did we even see Carlson? Well, yeah, we did on
extra points.
on extra points, but you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, Carlson had to kick a 50-yarder, you know what I'm saying? And that's something that we've been used to, right? Like, oh, okay, at least we got to the 50. We know Carlson's gonna make it. And some of us, and I ain't gonna call any names, but some of us was having a little fit when he did miss one. And it's like, he's not a robot, but as I digress, the 63 is a historical feat, as many have said. You probably heard that many of times. You heard it from me, but just get that settled in, that was a historical feat on so many levels. There was the 8 people scoring touchdowns. That was a record. The halftime, the 42 to zip at halftime was an NFL record. And that all was because of the mentality of, and I'm glad that and the short turnaround, I think also played a big factor in that, because not too long ago they just came off of a heartbreaking loss by
Yeah,
losing by a freaking field goal.
field goal.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it literally ate. I'm not saying it was 23 to 26. No, I'm talking about literally 3-0
0.
is
Yeah.
what we lost to. 3-0. You know what I'm saying? So coming off of that and having 4 days to kind of, I'm not gonna say they didn't, turn the page, but that's still kind of like, for me, that would still be fresh on my mind,
Yeah.
going into the
Good.
next game. Like, dang, we only we didn't even score last week. You know what I'm saying? So just having that mentality, like, nah, we just we 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 didn't bust any last week, so I'm gonna give them the whole clip. And honestly, I think, just being selfish, I think there was a whole lot more they could have put on the table.
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
definitely.
last week. I think we were at 63, and
Yeah.
and there was like 7 or 10 minutes left in the game. You know what I'm saying? So there was a whole lot of time left to even run it up even more. Um, but it really just is the three phases. The other thing that stuck out to me was our offensive line. Um, there was a difference, and that's why I shook my head when SC was talking about the health, and we'll talk about that later. But you know, there was a difference with the offensive line, with with the center being not Andre James. I'll just
Right.
say it like that. So we'll see. What moves on forward, but I was really happy about this game. But we also have to turn the page, because if we're stuck on the Chargers game, then we won't be prepared for the Chiefs game. And
Facts.
that I hope this team takes that mentality that, hey, you got to turn the page. No matter how great this game is going to be. I said it a few lives before, and I'll say it again, that this is going to be a game for us Raider fans, the ones that may be young at being a Raider fan, or even an OG Raider fan. This is going to be a game when we become the OGs. We'll be talking about to the young pups of the Raiders. Definitely this game, the Chargers game, is going to definitely go down in history.
Facts. Shout out to everybody in here, man. No mercy. Facts. Raider race. Shout out to James Purple in the building. It was good. Good to see everybody in here, man. We smacking on KC 34-17. I like that scoreline. Shout out to you, man. Obviously, and I want to get to the fun part of this. I don't know. I just realized I put. Hold on. Let me change this real quick. I just realized I said preview. I don't know why. Give me a second. There we go. Um, Overall with the Chargers, let's get to the fun part of that game. It's the bold takes part of it. The bold takes that me and Twan had, they hit it right on the money and excelled at it. Twan said he would double down on Jack Jones getting a pick, and even let alone a pick six. And then I said Aiden O'Connell will get 3+ touchdowns passing. And people said that was the most ridiculous bold take and that it would never happen. And what happened? This guy threw 4 touchdowns, man. So shout out to Jack Jones, Aiden O'Connell for proving us right.
And he and the crazy thing about it is he almost did it in the first quarter.
He did almost do it on the first quarter. You knew it was bound to happen in the whole game. The way that game was going, you knew it was gonna happen. You knew it. You knew it 100% that it was eventually gonna happen. And it did.
Man, I was talking to one of my boys, and I was like, man, we put up 21 in the first quarter. I was like, there is no way that we don't walk out of this game putting up 42. Cause you just do the math. Like they just gotta score a touchdown each quarter after this. So yeah, it was that type of game. And it's the timeline, because like me and you talk during the kind of in the game, like we'll text, or
Yeah.
something will really happen and I'll give you a call, right?
Yeah.
So I'm texting you about your prediction coming right, and then all I see is you. Because I guess my game that I was watching was kind of on delay. So
Yeah,
when when you text me Jack Jones, it didn't happen yet, but you texted it in bold, and I was like, "Oh God, what did Jack Jones do?" And then all of a sudden, when I like put my phone down, that's when he did the one hander.
that was
You know what I'm saying?
nasty,
And took
bro.
it to the house. So I was excited, man.
I didn't even know it was one hand until they replayed it. Once they replayed it, I was like, "Oh my!" It was too quick, and the way he
Yeah,
accelerated reading that play, that was textbook.
yeah,
That was textbook, bro. He ran. He noticed that it was gonna be a cute run back screen, and he instantly just bolted, bro. And he
yeah,
over pursued it. You could tell because he did the one hand. It went behind him, and he
yeah.
caught it. Hey, that's something Marcus Peters didn't excel at. Stuff
You
like that. That's
you know,
that's what Jack Jones is at.
man, there's a lot of things that Jack Jones does that Marcus Peter didn't do, but that might be a whole nother live.
Facts.
But to be honest with you, that just shows you not only his physical ability, but he actually puts in the work, you know what I'm saying, and actually does hit,
Yeah.
puts the work in the film, you know what I'm saying? Because that really it was a film assessment. You know what I'm saying? He saw the formation. He saw what was, Eckler was come on the outside. Then he was doing like a delayed motion to the inside to, get the screen, and Jack Jones read that all the way through. So shout out to Jack Jones. Definitely. You guys know me and SC. I can't say just me, but me and SC identified Jack Jones as a guy to definitely
Oh
look out
yeah.
for, and he's showing it. Yeah, you might say he's a little rough on the edges. Yeah, you might say he, whatever you want to call him, ghetto or whatever you guys want to call him, but he is a baller. And I'll say it. I think Jack Jones is if if you want to identify somebody as a Raider, I think Jack Jones can you can throw his name in that basket, because I think he just has not the penalty situation. I'm talking about just that swagger, that toughness, that in your face, don't care, who's in front of him. He's going to do his job, and I think Jack Jones is definitely that fit. So, like, hopefully, we can keep him around for years to come.
Facts, man. And that win is something we enjoy. But like I said, we can only celebrate for too long. And Twan said it too, man. It's on two. This leads me to the next point. I see people already typing in about that. Wait, let me actually get to some Raider news real quick for you guys. If you guys missed this quick, waived Malik Reed and corresponding move. They signed Hornets Grosser to the active roster. So that's an interesting one there. Also, they waived Nesta Jade Severo. That's an interesting one this week. They waived, but I think it was bound to happen. The amount of times he was both on both coaches' lists, on Antonio Pierce and Josh McDaniels, he kept being on the non-active list continuously. And you beg the question, what happened? You know, and there must have been something behind the scenes for him to get waived already, and it's his first year. So, and those Dave Ziegler picks ain't looking too good, y'all. The Dave Ziegler picks are not looking too good. I'm
Yeah.
just say there. But obviously we got the Kansas City Chiefs, man. That was a quick little news there for you guys. Freddie Chavez, salute. Good to see everybody, man. Let's get straight into it. So the Raiders, Kansas City Chiefs were of course underdogs by a 10-point favorites for Kansas City Chiefs. They're 10-point favorites. Yes, they're 10-point favorites. So if you guys want to go bet that, go bet that. That's the whole parlay there. Also, um, that both have significant injuries and have interesting players going into this game. Let's first talk about the offenses on both sides of the ball. First, you have, like I said, not only did Jack Jones get what you wanted, but Aiden O'Connell gave me what I wanted and what I knew his potential was. People kept saying stop begging the question, and it was looking. I even said it too last week. It was kind of looking like he's not fully ready yet. Um, and then he came out and did this. He showed his potential. He's got the potential. It's just can he execute it? That's all it was. And he executed it last week. People could say that he went up against a horrible defense. At the end of the day, this same defense, nobody else put 63 points, and they played the likes of Bills and other teams like that. So for us to put 63 on them, that's very impressive from not only Aiden O'Connell, but an offensive line that needed to step up in Thayer, Munford, Meredith, and Parham in their significant positions, but also using the rookie Trey Tucker, man. How about Trey Tucker? So this offense, both offenses are explosive, both have significant times, and I see somebody actually ask the questions, and I'm gonna actually let you answer this one because speaking of the offenses, Kelsey's one of their top things, and we already know Taylor Swift is gonna be in the building, so he's gonna try to put up a performance there. How you feel about the Chiefs' offense? Let's first start with the Chiefs, and then we'll switch over to Raiders' offense.
So you want me
What
to
is it?
you want me to
Yeah,
answer this
answer this
question?
question first, and then the offense. What's the plan to stop
Okay.
Kelsey, man?
So Kevin Lurker, your question is a question that a lot of people have always asked, and I'm gonna keep saying the same answer because it's been the same answer. You cannot stop Kelsey by one player. You have to play team defense. It has to be everybody doing their job. It's not, and I think a lot of people have that mentality that it has to be a one-on-one matchup. It's not going to be a one-on-one matchup. You have to literally play team defense. We know that when when everything boils down or when everything breaks down for Mahomes, he always looks for Kelsey. So that's an indicator that, oh wait, he should have got the ball out. Oh, okay, well, we need to locate where Kelsey is. Hobbs is going to be in the slot. You're going to have Merrick doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Covering too, but it's not just going to be on them. It's going to take an entire defense to handle the likes of Kelsey. So that's how you stop Kelsey, is playing overall team defense. The positive is that we are actually good in the pass. Our defense is actually pretty well in the past. We just our eyes have to be a little disciplined because they like to do, the trickery, the ring around the rosy, et cetera, et cetera. But if we stick to our rules and stick to our principles as a defense, I think we can be able to contain, Kelsey.
Correct. And just to add on to that, for Travis Kelsey, he's one of those guys that likes to pick you apart. And he likes to find in the zone coverages. He likes to find the little gaps in the zone coverage. And then man, he likes to do a lot of short routes, quick little easy passes. Try to get yards after catch. He's really good at yards after catch. So for Kelsey, obviously you can't stop him like Twan said, but you can um prevent him from having a big game. Teams all year have prevented him from having a big game. We're one of those teams that don't do that, and we need to do that. We need to finally step up and do that. And what I have to do is man up Kelsey. I think your best bet is to man up Kelsey, with the bigger corner. I mean, you could put a Meek or Hobbs or in that case, um, Jones, but obviously I don't think it's enough with their size. For me, it's more of these linebackers. I'm looking straight at Spillane and Diablo, two guys that have been decent in coverage all year. We need these linebackers to step up against them because what Patrick Mahomes likes to do this year, and I don't know if you guys have seen the Kansas City Chiefs play this year. I like watching all the games in general, especially when it comes to fantasy. Which, yeah, I lost last week, so I'm out. But I'm playing for fifth place now. I was supposed to play Twua this week, but I messed up on some changes. Uh, F the Cowboys, by the way. Dak Prescott cost me last week. But but obviously Spillane needs to step up. Diablo needs to step up. Maybe they'll put somebody like a Meek or somebody on him. Maybe bring up a safety up close. Isaiah Palomao maybe gets a run. Christopher Smith or maybe even Trayvon Merrick and Epps. And by the way, Merrick and Epps have not let a touchdown go by them since week 3. They have gotten one touchdown allowed in week 1 to 3, and ever since then they have not allowed one.
And you know what's crazy though? You said it too, and people was probably in the chat tripping out. You said maybe a Meek, and people are probably tripping out like, dang, a Meek, smaller Meek on Kelsey. But guess what? When a Meek plays Kelsey, I've seen him. I've seen a Meek put some work on Kelsey. You know what I'm saying?
He plays bigger. He plays bigger. He plays bigger.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the crazy part about it. So don't be surprised if you see if you see a Meek say, "Hey, give me Kelsey." Y'all seen what I did to him last time? Because what actually happened is they actually put a Meek on Kelsey, and he like from 20s to 20s, he couldn't get nothing done. And then when they went to goal line and they switched up the defense, and I forgot who they had on Kelsey in the goal line. That's where Kelsey was just he was catching touchdowns, but from the 20s, he was not he wasn't getting it because smaller Meek, you know what I'm saying, was putting in that work. So we'll see what Patrick Graham does. He has some new guys. We don't know. Hey, he might put Jack Jones on him. We don't know. Because especially with these wide receivers that they have, they're not too, Kadarius Toney. He got the history of drops. Rice is doing all right, but he's still a rookie. So there's a lot of young guys over there that are not really. They're not killing it like the Chiefs that we are used to. So we'll see what the matchup is. But again, I feel like outside of the matchup, it still is going to have to be a team defense to stop Mahomes and his number one target, which is Kelsey.
Facts. Something that doesn't need to. And I see how T6 already talking. Tijuana Bombers over Raid FC this week. Calling it, man. Hey, we go play. Hey, it's gonna be a good one this week, man. Even though it's 5th place, hey, it's gonna be one that hey, I need some bragging rights, at least something, bro. So I already got the bragging rights over Gravy, knocking him out of the playoffs. Shout out to Gravy. I seen he was talking all week. I'm pretty sure he's happy that I lost, but I'm happy I knocked him out the playoffs. So there's that, right? So shout out to that, man. But hey, I got Raid FC, bro. I got Raid FC. We go be good. Dak Prescott is gonna do what he does best, is disappoint me last week and then come out and go guns blazing this week. And then it's gonna be like, damn, why couldn't you do this last week? That's what's gonna happen. But shout out to everybody, man. Half Breed was good. He says, "What's up, 63 baby? If the Raiders don't win another game, this game here was such a joy. Hey, it was a joy, man. Shout out Egalitarian was good to see you. Sorry, I started a little bit there. Milka Beezy, good to see you, man. Shout out to everybody that's in here, man. Hopefully everybody's having a blessed day. But obviously, the number one thing that doesn't need to happen is miscommunication. And let me show you guys a little bit something, man. Nobody, hey, this kind of proves that, hey, when I say I watched the All 22, I watched the All 22. This is something that happened last week when they let go of a touchdown. It was a lot of miscommunication going on in this play. And even though we won by 63, obviously, a good 40 something, allowing touchdowns like this against a good team is unacceptable. So as you guys can see on the bottom of your screen, you got a Meek Robertson. He's talking to Trayvon Merrick. Who knows if Merrick responded because Merrick didn't turn his head. But what happened here was Meek was supposed to take over Joshua Palmer. And he was supposed to stick him. And Merrick was supposed to come up and come close to, I think that's Everett, the tight end there. You see in the middle of your screen. Obviously, a miscommunication happened because Trayvon Merrick stepped up on him, like I said, and Meek did not stick the receiver, allowing Joshua Palmer to just go all the way through. And you see that obvious little bit of a open touchdown. But if you see at the end of the play, Meek waves his hand, pointing in Trayvon Merrick's direction, like what just happened? Like what are you doing? If you look at the bottom of your screen, right here. You see he's putting his hands forward saying what's happening. that's the number one thing that doesn't need to happen this week, and that's the miscommunication going on, especially against somebody like Meek. I mean, somebody like Kelsey or even Rasheed Rice. They have Rice now that is doing pretty damn good over there, and even Isaiah Pacheco in the backfield looking good. But now let's go into an offense that cooked last week and is going into a new one. In Aiden O'Connell and the Raiders, we're getting Colton Miller back. It looks like Andre James looks like he's heading back here. Trey Tucker had a heck of a game last week. Jacoby Myers is 7th in touchdowns. Devontae Adams finally scored a touchdown after multiple weeks, a 100-plus yard game. Twuan, talk to me about this Raiders offense, man. What you feeling about this Raiders offense? What do they need to do?
Bench Andre James. Andre negative 3,000. I think this offense, I think we're good. I think this also showed our offensive coordinator that Aiden O'Connell can throw.
Yeah.
A good volume, because last week I think they threw more than they actually ran the ball. And some people are like, oh, the Chargers their defense is horrible. They're not good at the run, but they're better at the pass. And what do? We pass the ball. So I think, like I said, if they have the same mentality of just going for it, allowing Aiden O'Connell to be aggressive, and attack downfield, I think we can actually get something going. Now we don't know offensively what running game wise, we don't know if JJ will be fully back or whatever situation. There might be something in the injury report that'll give us a better indication on that. But I think they can take a page from last week.
Yeah.
They can trust Aiden's arm. And if Bo stays in the sky, because he's not on the field anymore. If he stays in the booth, I think he'll dial up the right plays. And I like Aiden's arm. I think Aiden can get the ball to whoever he needs to get it to. Yeah, he needs to work on his deep ball to Tucker. You know what I'm saying? But he gets them on the crossers, and that part, and Tucker needs to, I text you it, but Tucker needs to get on the jugs machine and make sure his hands are better, because he's kind of sketchy. I'll be honest with you. But yeah, I like this offense. I really do. And Bo is bringing out some new things, some things that we never saw before. And I think that's also helping, because even going against the Chiefs are not going, the Chiefs are, yes, they're going against a team they saw this year, but they're going against a new team on so many levels. And, I don't want to take too long to break that down, but the Chiefs are seeing a new team. So whatever they saw on tape, whatever week we played them, they can almost throw that in the trash. So yeah, this offense is good.
Back, shout out to Raider Nation. Jason in the building was good. Good to see him, man. He said, I hope Aiden gets another chance. That would save a draft pick, but I do want competition in the quarterback room. I think bringing a veteran is our best bet. If Aiden O'Connell continues to ball out the way he did against the Chargers, I'm not saying 63 points a week, but at least put up the points and win the rest of the way. I believe Aiden O'Connell is our starting quarterback next year. For me. And I know a lot of people are calling for Jaden Daniels and stuff like that. I've never been a fan of mobile quarterbacks. I know people are like, oh my God, we need a mobile. You don't in this league. I get it. It's evolving into that. But you've seen it. Look at the Eagles right now. Jalen Hurts, I mean, they ain't looking too good over there in Philadelphia. They're going crazy over there because, that mobility can only do so much when people start figuring it out. And I get it. People are calling for, we need a Patrick Mahomes. We need a Justin Herbert. We need... Nothing's ever given. Nothing's ever given in every draft. You feel me? Nothing could be those players.
Yeah. With Aiden, I think he can either be, And I just to keep it real short, Aiden can be our starter or he can be our backup,
Back
and
up.
and both of those are great situations. Because if you're telling me that our starting quarterback went down and Aiden O'Connell is going out there running this up, say and I'll just say it as if we've kept the same offense, we kept the same everything, right? Have Aiden O'Connell that has ran this offense and knows the guys on the field, like, yeah, I would love that. I think we would have to. I think we would probably have one of the best backups in in the league
Yeah.
if it was that case.
For me, I hope Aiden O'Connell does good. I think I've been one of the rare believers in Aiden O'Connell being a starter next year. I have trust in him. There's a reason why I did that bold take last week, and he proved me right. 4 touchdowns, and I get it's one game. And I'm saying, in order for him to be a starter next year and to be a big considerate of it, he needs to ball out the rest of the year. No matter of the record, he needs to at least ball out and put up points on the board and not just throw another one like the Vikings game. And this offense is fired last year, fired on all cylinders. This week they have a tougher matchup and a better defense. A top 10, top 15 defense in a lot of people's eyes, top 10 easily. Um, and shout out to Raider Nation Jason. He says Chiefs don't have all the speed they used to have, plus their drop issues and hit them likes. I wanted a guy who can get out of the pocket and create space, or someone who could get the ball out quick. And you seen it last week. Aiden O'Connell got out the ball out quick on certain occasions, and that's what he is. I always told people it's a traditional passer. Shout out to Raider Paul. I'm not sure if you got unbanned from my channel. I have to look. I don't know why you got banned. You kind of got timed out or something. I
He hanging out at Raider Twuan right now, so he good.
but I'll ban you and stuff like that. I won't block you right now. I don't know who did it, but I'm pretty sure it's because you were a little bit too negative. But shout out to everybody. But obviously, this Raiders offense needs to continue doing, and I kind of said it in my YouTube short. If you guys didn't look at it, it was kind of my keys to the game. I said, hey, at the end of the day, you need to go out there and let Aiden O'Connell cook and let him get loose. And that all starts with obviously the offensive line holding up and the receivers getting open, and they've done that. You know, Trey Tucker needs to work on his hands a little bit as well. But besides that, he's been doing a great job. He's been elevated. So this offense, I'm expecting to put up points. I'm not expecting another game like the Vikings. And if they could continue to score, I think we could win this game. That's one of the vital things. So, obviously, we talked about the offense. Now it's on to the opposite side of the ball, the defense on both sides of the ball. Both of these teams have a top 15 defense. Uh, and if you guys haven't seen both teams play, both defenses are really good. I think personally, and this is not me being biased, the Raiders have a better defense than the Chiefs, in my opinion, but it's not by too much. The Chiefs are right there. They got some significant players over there in Tranquil, Trey McDuffie, George Karlaftis from Purdue. Uh, these guys are good. So I'm gonna start it off on this time, and then I'm gonna let Twan go on this on the defense. For the Raiders, obviously Max Crosby. He's again, and I'm gonna show you guys something. It's kind of like if you guys ever seen that meme, here we go again, right? Ah, here we go again. Max Crosby did not participate because of me today. So I do not want to go again with the same thing because you've seen how much Max Crosby was not even a threat against the Chiefs last time playing against the injury. It's something very be vital. I think if becomes a limited participant or at least a full participant tomorrow, I will say he will play. That did not participation on the knee is kind of concerning for me. And as you guys can see on your screen, Josh Jacobs again did not participate there. Obvious Josh Jacobs did not participate there again with the quad. And then you obviously have DJ Turner did not participate, a limited in Spillane, a limited in Colton, a limited in Andre, and a limited and a full in Brandon Faison. Guys, Faison, full participant there. So our cornerback room is getting healthier. It looks like our offensive line is getting healthier too. But our defense side of the ball is kind of concerning right now with Max Crosby not participating. But it looks like Josh Jacobs might be out another week. So that's gonna be something significant on our side of the ball. I hope he could get healthy. We really need him out there. And Malcolm Kuntz, man, give it up for Malcolm Kuntz. Obvious, Malcolm Kuntz has been balling 4+ pressures in the last 5 weeks. That's really good. That's really good. Um, let me see something. But talk to me a little bit. Let me shout out everybody before you go. Big Tone in the building. Max playing no matter what. Why risk him getting worse by practicing? That's a fact too. Shout out to Robert Davila. 9 is the DT lit win. Christmas miracle we win. There you go, man. Shout out to Robert. Good to see everybody, man. So obvious. Talk to me a little bit about the defenses here, Twan. What you expecting? What you seeing? What's vital players?
You know what? I think some of the stuff we're seeing right now on the injury report is kind of like a formality. I think part of it is also they're veterans. Let's get them some rest, especially our key guys. Like, are we going to be really mad that Max Crosby didn't go to practice on a Thursday or a Wednesday? You know what I'm saying? When we know that the game is on, what was it, Monday? Like, so I think it's more just having more rest. You know what I'm saying? Because of course, every time he goes out there with that knee, he's probably putting more damage on it. So they're probably really limiting, like, okay, we don't need you during practice. You know what I'm saying? Like, get your rest. You know what I'm saying? And then the guys that are limited, I think some of those are actually same thing. I think it's more just like a veteran rest, because they're going into a longer season. We got to factor that into. And some of these guys definitely are banged up. I think Josh Jacobs I'll say it early. I think Josh Jacobs will be ready and be ready for this game. I think they're just letting him, hey, put your feet up, whatever, get your treatment, all of that. And I think that's a part of AP too, knowing as a player what these guys need later on in the season and how vital some of those guys are to the team. I think it's just, we'll see them. They'll be. I can almost guarantee that they'll be game ready.
Yeah. And Raider Paul, you're unblocked. You're unbanned. You're unbanned. We better play like the way we did against the Bolts. No, that's obvious, right? And to add on there, I see a couple lives where people are kind of saying, um, they've been saying that Tyree Welsh is to play on the inside. Yeah, no, you weren't. It
Right?
was really a small amount. A lot of people had high hopes for Tyree Wilson. I kind of said it. If you guys go back to my post draft, I kind of talked about Tyree Wilson and the way they could be utilized, and that's the way that you're looking at now. He's playing better. I'm not saying he's the seventh. He's living up to that seventh pick, but I am saying he's doing a decent job to progress forward, and that all starts with playing them in the right spots. And I think they figured out his right spots. But with Max Crosby hopefully playing, we don't have to worry about him coming off the edge too much. I'd rather see him come from the inside, and I think that's why they kind of went away from Nesta Jade Severa. I think they did, because of Tyree Wilson playing on the inside.
There's some things about that too. With Nesta, there's been reports out there that Nesta was wilding in Vegas.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. Did you see the way he talked at the Instagram live?
Yeah, that too. You know what I'm saying? And I understand his frustration with McDaniels, because we all had that frustration with McDaniels. But even with that, there's a certain way that you need to carry yourself, and some of that, and I'll say this too, in my defense to what I just said, certain people that have left this team, they had certain things in common.
What is that?
Think about it. They got rid of Peters, right?
Mm-hmm.
What did Peters do prior to leaving his team? He got into it with Antonio Pierce on the side, or Antonio Pierce got into his face on the sideline. You know what I'm saying? So there's certain things that even with these guys being interims, they're cleaning some stuff up around here. And to be honest with you, as much as I like Nesta playing wise, I thought you guys know I was swearing up and down by Nesta's play, but in essence, are we really missing a 7th rounder? is that really a? I mean, that's up for discussion. But in with Tyree, and I'll say this about Tyree too, is Tyree's playing so well that the NFL thinks he's on drugs.
They did test him. That was ridiculous. They tested him, bro.
Yeah. So for those that are hating on Tyree, obviously the NFL thought he was
That was ridiculous. Out of everybody that tested him, that is like crazy to me.
But and I'll say this to the NFL. You know, I know you guys might counsel me from, but you know, drugs don't help your arms, you know, being long. You know what I'm saying? Your arms from the measurables of that, from reaching one side of your car to the other side of the car. That ain't drugs. That's just physical ability. And guess what? That works for him on the inside. Why? Does anybody know? Guess what the offensive linemen have that the guards have that the offensive tackles don't have. They got short arms. Most offensive linemen that go into the NFL, they measure their arm length, because based on their arm length, they'll say, okay, he can be a tackle or he can be a guard. So most of the offensive linemen that are guards, their arms are shorter. And because Tyree's arms are longer, what does he have against them? The arm advantage. So if he keeps his arms on them and he has power, it works for his benefit. So there's a lot of things going his way just solely on his physical tangibles. It ain't drugs.
That's a fact. Hey, NFL, go test Baker Mayfield, bro. If you're gonna test people that just became ridiculously good, go test Baker Mayfield, because there's no way he's having a fucking season like that. Alpha being shit the past few years. So just letting you know, don't just do it because we're Raiders. You feel me? At the end of the day, it's kind of obvious at that point.
Hey,
But shout out to everybody, man.
There's a whole bunch of players I can tell the NFL to drug test.
Yeah.
Besides bugging Tyree.
He's facts. He said Luminar's only arms getting long during a buffet. Shout out to everybody, man. Let me see. McDoofus and Ziegler draft picks panning out as good as Gruden and Mayock's. It kind of. You know what? Michael Mayer's looking good. Trey Tucker's looking good. Nesta's out. Young is still there. Am I missing? I'm missing somebody, right? Who am I missing? I'm missing somebody. Oh my god, who am I missing? How am I forgetting? You had Tyree, Michael Mayer. You had Nesta J. Severa. You had Trey Tucker. You had Byron Young. Who am I missing?
That's 5.
Was it just 5? It was 5, no?
No, we had another one.
I swear, how am I forgetting this? I'm literally forgetting it. Oh my god. I'm literally forgetting it. How am I forgetting
Bennett.
Jacoin. There we go. There's the one.
I was like, I know we got a corner.
Yeah, I just haven't seen too much of him anymore.
We haven't seen Byron Young.
Him either.
I've seen 0, but I don't even know what number Byron Young is at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
I swear.
I'm just being honest. Like, can someone tell me where Byron Young is? How's he doing? Maybe we need to drug test him, because what is he doing?
Facts, man. And this defense, like I said, going back to the defenses, we got to look out for George Karlaftis, Jones, obviously over there. A couple of their corners. Reed is doing a really good job. Came from the Texans. Now they're kind of being like the plug and play for the Honey Badger when he left, and it is a plug and play. He's playing pretty damn good. That defense just likes to hit you. They just love to go from side to side. They have the effort, they have the energy, they have the ability to make plays, and we can't overlook them. So this offense needs to come out guns blazing, and no matter what, keep trying to get to the end zone. Screw a field goal. Be your every drive. End zone, being your mentality. Not we could get a field goal. No, end zone, end zone, end zone. And Antonio Pierce said it all week. He said, "I'm gonna keep being aggressive. I don't care what the score is.
Yeah.
Hey, prove it to me on the field. Be aggressive against the Chiefs, no matter what the score is." But I like that he's saying that.
I think
Then obvious, moving a little bit forward here. Um, I kind of said it. I'm kind of gonna be quick on it because I obviously said it on my YouTube short. If you guys haven't yet, go check it out, man. I'm finally learning how to edit a little bit better. When you look at the keys to the game, I'm gonna do the same ones I did on that YouTube short. It's let Aiden O'Connell cook, let him get loose. Um, Also, the offensive line needs to protect again with the likes of Meredith and obviously Parham and Munford stepping up. They look good last week. You got to continue that in order to get a good run game and to get a good thing. And then I said the defense needs to get pressure with the likes of Malcolm Kuntz and Max Crosby on edges, man, looking really good right now so far. And Jerry Tillery and big runner Jenkins out there and stepping up. We need to keep utilizing that pressure. You can't let if you let Patrick Mahomes play backyard football on your ass, and what I mean by backyard football is these sidearm throws, these diving throws, these effortless shovel passes, he's gonna win the game. You need to prevent that with pressure. They like to get the ball out quick. They like to go deep sometimes, and that starts with Rasheed Rice and Kelsey. So obviously, get those right there. So Twan, let me know your keys to the game, man.
mine's going to be a little different from what I say on the game plan. One of the things that sticks to me right now is hit everything on site.
Okay.
We got to be physical with this team. And I think that's how we'll be able to rattle Mahomes. Mahomes is a little frustrated. We've seen that put on tape for the past couple of weeks of his frustration with his receiving corps and everything else. Hit everything on sight. Amik, lay the hat. You know what I'm saying? Jack Jones, get physical. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we want you to continue the trend of no panties. We love the no panties. We no flags. We don't want none of those. And they've been actually doing that. They've been doing that a whole lot better with this coaching staff. I'll leave that here. Leave that there for your digestion. But hit everything on sight. This defense, the Chiefs defense, is actually one of the top defenses that they've had in a while.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing that's actually positive for their side of the ball. But for Aiden O'Connell being a rookie, definitely we got to keep him clean. But also Aiden O'Connell has to be okay with taking the check down. He has to be able to take the check down. Why? Because that eliminates sacks. That also eliminates not getting anything positive. Because again, we do got the talent to where he can check it down, and all it takes is one broken tackle, and we could be off to the races. So I want Aiden O'Connell, no matter if he is trying to push the ball down the field or not, always be mindful of where that check down is, because that check down can definitely keep you alive and move chains. So that's kind of my defensively. Like I said, hit anything on sight, be physical, and stay disciplined with your eyes. I think we're good on the back end. I think, safety wise, I don't think we'll get beat deep. Just keep everything in front of you, and I think we'll be in a good place there if we play team defense. Again, like I said, that will limit their main person that everybody is fearing is Kelsey.
And I kind of want to add on there, and I'm gonna add an extra, I guess you could say key to the game that I haven't said before. It's kind of like you said, punching in the mouth in this way is all about mentality. All week, this team has been praising the mentality going into this game, saying they're gonna show a whole different team, that we're better, and that we're gonna come out here guns blazing, and that we don't care about the score. And it's actually an interesting not presser, but it was an interview, a little bit in the locker room interview with Jack Jones. And Jack Jones said it best. He said, and I quote, "Patrick Mahomes is a magician. If you stop the magician, the act is over. Simple as that. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, well, let me show you his words, straight out his words, right here. Let me share my screen with you real quick. This should be the mentality for this defense, and I love this mentality. I don't know why the hell it's doing it. Hold on, give me a second. Oh, there we go. Let me zoom in. Look at this right here. Let me put it right here.
Not worried about him. It's Patrick Mahomes we got to stop. You know, the magician. You stop the magician, then the act is over. We're not worried about him. It's Patrick Mahomes we got to stop. You know, the magician. You stop the magician, then the act is over.
I don't know who he was specifically talking about. Like, oh, we don't care about him. He was talking about another Chiefs player. I need to go get the exact who he's talking about.
I can probably put it together though.
It might be
because
Kelsey,
you know,
maybe? Yeah, it might be Kelsey that he's talking about, or it might be Kelsey. As he said, we're not worried about him. We need to stop the magician.
You can fact check, but I can almost guarantee that they were talking about Kelsey, because who's the threat that everybody talks about?
Yeah,
Kelsey. You know what I'm saying? Outside of Mahomes, who's the threat?
Right.
You know, so and I'm glad that they have that. I'm glad that Jack Jones has that mentality, and hopefully that's the mentality of our secondary and our defense. We ain't scared of y'all. We're not. You know what I'm saying? And they have, it's not just saying it, they have facts. You know what I'm saying? They've not against the Chiefs specifically, but they put enough on tape to prove that, hey, we'll go up against anybody.
Facts. And that Jack Jones, I love them. I like, kind of like all I said, it's kind of like bars, man. I love that. And he's right. He's right. It don't matter who the tight end is, the receiver is, as long as the guy that's giving the ball ain't giving them the ball, there's no problem there. And that's practically what he's saying. You know, people are gonna take it. They're gonna blow it up and be like, "Oh my God, he's talking shit about Kelsey. Kelsey's garbage." Oh my. No, he's practically saying that you need to stop the guy that's doing the magic tricks with his cards. The cards are his rest of his team. The offensive line, the receivers, he got the tight end. That's his cards. Without those cards, he can't do his trick.
And it starts with Malcolm Kuntz.
There you go, man. Malcolm Kuntz.
Hey, no, I just had to throw his name out there. I love Kuntz and what he is bringing to the table. You know, some people wanted to X him out and fire him and get rid of him, but you know, sometimes it takes some people a little longer to get it, and I'm glad that Kuntz is doing his thug thizzle.
And I think he's like 24, 25, if I'm not mistaken. He's pretty young still.
Yeah, he's young.
He's entering his prime, and I will say this kind of saves us on the edge rusher position on drafting. Maybe we could draft on later out rounds. Now we don't have to focus on that side of the ball in the beginning rounds. Now, you know, obviously we'll talk about it in the offseason. Obviously, there's a lot to talk about, whether the coaches, the offensive corners, defensive corners, draft, all that is going to be talked about in the offseason. But obvious, you know, our season is not over. It's not the off season yet, and I hope they could start with this game. Is going to be a statement game. Last week they made a statement with the points put up on the board. Now it's to make a statement against a good team, and the statement is, you know, if you come out and get this win today, man, everybody's gonna change their mentality about the Raiders easily with this game. And we need this win. We desperately need this win if you want to still be in it. If we lose at least one game in the next three, we're out. We're out. The way other teams are winning, so you need to come out here with that mentality. Jack Jones, hey, get another pick. With that mentality, go get another pick. Stop this guy. Same thing with the rest of the team. Antonio Pierce, you're saying you're going to put up points. Put up points. I want to see all this execution on the field, and they can do it. It's not like they can't. They could do it. So let's go to the fun part. You know where I'm going with this. The fun part. You feel me? Something that we were right last week. Both of us 2 for 2 there last week. I know the other weeks it's been close. We've been getting close every week so close. And then we finally got it. So it kind of looks like a good, you know, trend. The bold takes of the Raiders versus Chiefs. Twuan, do you want to start us off on one bold take?
Nah, I'm gonna let you do it because
first.
I'm just gonna. I'm being very honest with you. I'm so tempted to go Jack Jones again. I'm so tempted to go there, but nah. Go ahead.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna say this. All right, this might be another. I ain't gonna lie. I might double down on Aiden O'Connor. I'm very close to.
Okay.
I'm very close to. But I'm doubling down. I'm doing it.
Okay.
I'm doing it. Aiden O'Connell 3+ touchdowns. I'm doing it. I'm doing it again. I said
Ooh.
last week he was gonna get 3+ touchdowns. I'm gonna say it again. 3+ touchdown from Aiden O'Connell. I'm expecting it. He needs to come out here and he needs to show why he's the starting quarterback next year. Hey, Aiden O'Connell, you want to be the starting quarterback next year? You want to stop this Bo Nix bullshit? Then come out here and do my Bo take again.
So with that being said, I'm gonna go like this. So with that being said, you're saying that we're gonna score
more than 21
points in passing. That means there might be some runs in there. So 28.
I'm expecting 28 points
to be a safety, like to have like at least one run, and then okay.
I think if you want to make a statement, you put up the point.
Let's get it. I'm gonna go. And you talking about for offense?
Yeah, we're gonna start off with the offense. Yeah,
okay, because I had one for defense. Okay, offense. I think our running, because I don't know who we're gonna get.
Okay.
I think we're gonna go over 100.
Okay. So no matter what, as long as the running back unit gets over 100 yards.
Yeah, because I can't say Josh Jacobs. Like if it was if Josh Jacobs was fully healthy, then I would say Josh Jacobs 100. But if they do what they did last week and had Abdullah and Zeus, I'm gonna have to combine those. So I'm gonna say 100 yards rushing.
And I'm gonna repeat this again before anybody clips this and be like, "Oh my god, look at these guys delusional." It's bold take for a reason. I don't know if you guys can see on the bottom of your screen. It's a bold take. It's supposed to be bold. What's a bold take without it being bold? But now let's go on the defense side of the ball. And I like what All Eyes said. I'm not gonna take that. Amik bounces back and gets a pick. Wild Turkey says Max 3 sacks. Okay, Wild Turkey, 3 sacks for Max. I'm gonna say this. The Raiders. How do I say this? The Raiders keep Patrick Mahomes, the defense in general, keeps Patrick Mahomes under 240 yards.
Ooh.
They keep him because for Patrick Mahomes, for him is like 500 yards. The minimum for him is like 5260. I've seen it somewhere. So I'm gonna say they keep him under 240. The Raiders defense as a unit keeps them under 240 yards. That's what I'm gonna say. That's my bold take, and that's what I'm also doing on Prize Picks. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm keeping them on. I'm keeping them on.
Prize Picks.
Leaving. Just kidding. I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna bet that. But that's a bold take for me. Under 240 yards. That's my bold take.
Okay. Defense. I haven't said this name in a while, and I'm kind of feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Spillane gets his hand on one. He gets an interception. I so wanted to go Jack Jones. I really did.
I feel it.
And All Eyes, I don't like you right now because I was gonna say Amik too. So but Robert Spillane. Yeah, you've been making some noise, but just tackling and doing your job, but I think we need a sighting of Robert Spillane.
Shout out to Protect the Show podcast in the Benus. Go Protect the Show. And you know what? I'm gonna give a fun one. I'm gonna give a fun one. I'm gonna give a third extra one. I don't know if you want to give a third extra one, a little fun one.
Okay.
I'm gonna say trying to think. It has to be funny. Let me see. Someone on the Raiders, whether it's on the sideline, coaches or players, in the middle of the game or at least towards the end of the game.
Mm.
No, you know what? This is going to be my bold take right here. There's going to be one fight in this game.
Okay.
Someone go push somebody. Someone's gonna go get in somebody's face. Somebody's gonna fight.
I see that. Yep. I see it already. I'm watching it right now. Now.
Yeah, most likely Max Crosby and somebody. Let's be honest. Somebody's gonna jab. Or Jack Jones is somebody. Best believe it's gonna be one of them.
For real. Hey, Jack Jones. I'm telling you, Jack Jones is with. Hey, Jack Jones is with the stuff for real. People don't. Hey, AP has a whole, like, he's already said it. He has to make sure Jack Jones is cool. Because he's hyped like that. Like he's really
hyped right now, bro.
He's really hyped. And you know what makes it bad? Amik is the same way. Like Amik probably be over there gaslighting Jack Jones, like, nah, like, hey, don't take that from a bro. You know what I'm saying? Like all that. Like I like, it was great. If you guys haven't watched Jack Jones's mic'd up, you could just tell it was real. It was real, you guys. What am I going to say?
It's not bullshit. It's most likely gonna happen. I'm gonna say 2 fights.
2 fights, okay.
Yeah, two fights.
I don't know if it's a bold take, but I will say that they will shoot a shot of Mahomes on the sideline being frustrated.
Okay.
They'll show him sitting on the sideline frustrated.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a bold take. I don't know what that is, but I
think it is, because then it would be back-to-back weeks where he's frustrated. You've never seen that in the Chiefs in general. You've never seen that in the past few years of him being a starting quarterback. So that's a bold take. He says, let's get to some of the comments, what they're saying. Malcolm Kuntz continues to play great and gets 2 sacks. Okay. 98 and 15 are going to fight. Okay. He's saying Max Crosby and Patrick Mahomes specifically. Let Hobbs handle Kelsey. Okay. Hobbs, you know what? Speaking of that mic'd up, if you look at that mic'd up, Hobbs and Jack Jones has a beautiful relationship on the field. These handshakes, every shot was him and Hobbs. Literally. Those guys, those duo, that's a duo right there, man. And I like that. Shout out to Protect the Shield. Like I said, once again, shout out to everybody going in here, man. Good to see everybody. Let's put up 80 and drive around the stadium. Hey, if we put up 80, I'll win the lottery.
Round 2.
Mahomes crying like a baby on the sideline would be funny. That would, man. And I hope. Or you know what? I'm gonna give another. No. I'm gonna get too much hate for that one, man. It was gonna involve Taylor Swift. I can't go down that route, but I can't go down that route.
Pick up Gruden and roll around the stadium again. Hey, Gruden, get on the bus, dog. Oh.
Obvious. You know, I can't go down that route. You know, too much hate coming my way if I say something about that. But I will say that it's gonna be interesting in Arrowhead. The Raiders have beat this team in Arrowhead. Y'all remember the Ruggs game? Yeah, kind of sad, you know, that he's gone. But sucks the decisions he made. But it's time. It's time. You got a fishy pool.
No, this is Taylor Swift. Ain't she a stick? I'm asking for a friend. Is Taylor a stick? Okay. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
Well, it's gonna be an interesting game, like I said. And to top it all off, in general, man, this is the final question before we head on out here. Twuan, can the Raiders shock the world, man?
You know what? Yeah. What the heck?
Okay.
Come on now. How we playing? How this team is vibe? How this team has rallied around this head coach? How the new pieces that we brought in are seamlessly fitting into what we got going. They brought in a new guy, MarTwuan McCall. Watch what he does. I'm just saying the people they bringing in ain't for play. You know what I'm saying? Like if the Chiefs fool around, they're gonna find out.
Yeah.
Because all we needed, we've been a sleeping giant all season. We've been saying our defense is there, our defense is playing well, but our offense ain't coming together. For some reason, our offense ain't clicking. If our offense gets this together, we're gonna be a bad team. You know, and I mean bad in a good way. Like again, the defense is gonna be there. I'll say it like that.
Right.
But if this offense gets a glimpse of what they had last week, I'm not saying the 6-3, but if they just have that mentality that they had last week, yeah, all those predictions that talked about Chiefs, I saw the Chiefs Raider prediction, and all of them said Chiefs. Surprise.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I've been seeing Chiefs podcasts because I want to know what they're going on with their injuries and stuff like that. And I've been seeing media, and I've been even seeing the Chief players. They're really sleeping on us, bro. They're really like not giving a fuck. They're like, hey, it's the Raiders. Who cares? It's another game. We go win again. Like practically saying that we just trash. The Raiders should take that as a hey, all right, bet. Okay, keep talking. We'll see. We'll see. But for me to answer this question, shout out to Pizzle. What's good, Pizzle? Good to see everybody, man. All I gotta say is this.
We gonna shake the world, boys.
That's it. We going. It's time, man. It's time to bring that back. It's time. It's fun time, man. We're 10-point underdogs once again. The Chiefs are unbeaten when they've been at a 10-point parlay, which that's what it is. So there's some things going on, some statistical stats there. The Raiders have been pretty well against being an underdog, pretty decently. Hopefully they could come out and win. If you guys can hit that like button as well. But overall, I think we can shock the world. Will that happen? They need to go out there and execute. I love the energy going on through this team. It's a 10 a.m. game for the West Coast, which sucks on Christmas Day, 10 a.m. game, because I'm gonna be up all night anyways. I celebrate it until like the goddamn a.m. So, it's gonna be an interesting day. I'm not sleeping that day. I'm going 24 hours without sleep that day because I'm not missing this game. And it's Christmas and all that stuff. And hopefully you guys have a happy holidays, man. Hopefully you guys have a blessed one with your families, your loved ones. Remember, times like these, man, you need to be with your loved ones, man. You need to be out there and really enjoy it because nothing's ever given. Nothing's ever given. But Twan, any final thoughts, man? Any final things you want to say? Your channel, stuff like that, or any holiday cheers or anything?
Yeah, Raider Twuan, quit playing with yourself. Like, seriously. And subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and come over to Raider Twuan if you ain't there and subscribe. We got a lot of stuff going on. We got a lot of lives, a lot of videos. I speak it. I speak the real. You know what I'm saying? So, and definitely your voice is always appreciated over at Raider Twuan. Again, one of the things I say all the time on my channel is I talk to you guys and you guys talk back. You know what I'm saying? So definitely just come over and subscribe. Holiday wise, you guys, this is the time of the month that, or season of the year. People always talk about it being a joyous occasion, but there's balance. And in that balance, there's always highs, but then there's also lows. And even in this, where a season for you may be a very joyous and high occasion, it might be very low for others. So spending time with your loved ones is very important around this time. And I say loved ones because it doesn't have to necessarily be family or blood that you're spending with. As long as you're around your loved ones, the ones you love. That's why I said that's why it's called loved ones. It's the ones you love. Spend time with those ones because you don't know what you're going through or what they're going through. They could be sitting there eating food, but thinking about someone that has passed away and actually depressed during this time of the year. So definitely, I would tell you to spend time with them. If you can't, check on them. One of the most valuable things that you can do, which is free, I'll say is free, but can also be valuable, is your time. So whether you send them a quick second text, how long does it take to send a text message? Um, just send some love to them. Maybe send them a picture of you. You know what I'm saying? Send them a little selfie or whatever. And those things will help the holidays be a little tolerable because everybody experiences the holidays in different ways. And if I don't catch you before then, you guys have a great uh and wonderful Merry Christmas and holiday. And again, please be safe out there. Think before you say something or do something. That's another thing. Think before you say something or do something. Um, and enjoy the food. And again, hopefully we can get the biggest present of all
Yeah.
is that dub. You know what I'm saying? Versus the Chiefs.
Facts. And then for me, like I said, life is too short, so always tell your loved ones you love them. And the time like this right now in the holidays, I know for some of us it's not the same. I know for me, things have happened around this time that affects it. But the more I live, the more I think, you know, for me, I thank God every day for waking up. At the end of the day, it's a blessing for me to wake up every day, and it's a blessing to see the people around me good. And hopefully, I hope you guys are good, and everybody that watches come across this, and everybody in general that has ever subscribed to me, watched me in general. I just want to say, I appreciate you guys, man. We're moving up about to hit 2K, like I said. It's been a blessing, and hopefully, you guys could, you know, could continue doing y'all, man. Y'all been great, and keep being there for your loved ones and stuff like that, and enjoy whether you have kids or not, or a significant other, or friends or stuff like that, man. Hey, go out there, man. And like Tuan said, it doesn't take too much. Just do a little text, happy Merry Christmas, man. Merry Christmas, a Christmas tree, and that's it. Something simple as that.
Also, I'll say this too, in to what me and my brother has been saying. If the holiday is a little rough on you, definitely hit me up on IG at Twuan TWUAN. I also am an advocate of prayer, but I don't have to necessarily pray for you or whatever. You can tell me that
Yeah,
on IG. But if you need someone to talk to, or just to help you kind
yeah.
of get through it or help you navigate this holiday season, hit me up on IG at Twuan TWUAN. Again, your business is between me, you. You know what I'm saying? I used to say you, me, and the Lord, but again, your business is between me and you. So come talk to me. We can talk. I can help you, what I'm saying, as best as I can, just to navigate through, whatever tough season you're in. So hit me up on IG.
And as far as me, I'm the SC Raiders Talk Man. Yes, you've formerly known me as the SC Experience, now SC Raiders Talk Man. And of course, if you guys haven't yet, go check out that YouTube short I put in the chat right there. Go give it a like, man. It's done really good. Surprisingly, I'm starting to do better at my edits, so you're gonna see a lot of that new. Of course, on Monday, on Christmas Day, I'm not gonna go live, but I will put up another short, a post game little 60-second little video there for you guys as well, or early Tuesday. And on Tuesday, I will be live for the post game analysis of it. But on that note, y'all, have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody, man. I will see you guys on Tuesday. And of course, you will see both of us together on 2 for 1 Nation podcast on Thursday of next week. And then I see Dirty kind of say Christmas Eve show. We'll probably see each other then as well. The Christmas Eve show. So shout out to everybody, man. If I missed you, I'm sorry. But shout out to everybody, man. Salute. Thank you for everybody that came by, man. Of course, of course, of course. Happy holidays once again. And on that note, y'all, this was the SC Raiders talking. Also Raider Twuan, the 2 for 1 Nation podcast. And we will catch you next week. Peace.
Is the will to win. Is the